So I have recently really been enjoying ReZero Season 2 so far. And I'm talking about really enjoying it, almost to the point of obsession. Like I'm getting sweaty over this show. Recently I sat back and remembered the time where I almost dropped the show and the huge mistake that would have been. It was during the first season when I really began to lose hope for the show. Everything was pain, there was no joy to be seen, and Subaru was one of the most unlikable main characters I've seen in a while. He seemed so devoid of reasoning to any of his flaws. He complained like a pro and paid the price for it never moving forward. But then something changed. An episode that really changed everything for ReZero. A scene that saved ReZero not just for me, but for so many others out there. The scene that will always be one of the most heart-wrenching. A scene that hits way too close to home.
俺はこの程度の男なんだよ。力なんてないのに望みは高くて、知恵もないくせに夢ばかり見てて、できることなんてないのに無駄にあがいて。俺が大嫌いだよ。
Episode 18 of ReZero was the turning point of it all. Not only for Subaru, but for so many fans on the edge of dropping the show completely. Who knew that just one episode long conversation could be so raw and real? It feels as if Subaru was not just talking to Rem, but to us the audience. Subaru to this point felt like the main character that was complacent with his flaws. He would not accept change no matter what. He would become someone that didn't move forward. Rather, he would keep dying over and over until something clicked. Basically the equivalent of hammering down a square into a round hole. But this moment changed everything. He knew that he was being headstrong, that he was charging into every situation trying to fix it without really having a plan. He knew that in this world of magic and demons that he is basically powerless. He knows that even before he came to this world, he was powerless. He had all the freedom in the world, yet what did he choose to do? Nothing. Being able to bring that deep self-hatred out on display and put your true feelings to light is the first step to fixing the problem. Because of that, a newfound respect for Subaru erupted from me like no other. I'll be the first to say it. I was wrong about Subaru. Every death did have meaning to him. Every life he lived stuck in his mind. He knew his flaws. I watched the show thinking he was not aware of himself, but I was wrong. He was more self-aware than I could ever know. The fans up to this point were critical of Subaru, but little did we know he was the most critical of himself. To see Subaru break down and really say with all of his heart reasons he despises himself really hit so close to home. Because I myself have reasons to not like myself either, just like everyone else out there does. But he goes even one step further to acknowledge these flaws and faults. That is why I'm sure so many people saw this episode as hard to watch. Because acknowledging your flaws is scary, because that is an admittance of weakness. And nobody wants to feel weak. Everybody wants to feel strong and courageous. Yet Subaru is able to throw away that feeling and be vulnerable. Everyone has flaws that they are sometimes ashamed to admit, but this moment of self-reflection and admittance to these flaws is what changed my mind about Natsuki Subaru. This is a relatively short video, but it was important enough for me to talk about it because I have been obsessed with ReZero lately. I actually sat down to rewatch this episode because I really miss Rem so much. Every day I miss her bright blue hair even more and more. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing. If you do, I'm sure Rem will come back next episode. God, I wish. But with that, I'm BriThi, your local anime YouTuber, signing off for now. I'll catch you in the next video.